This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our friends over at SeatGeek are giving us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling for $20 off your first purchase. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are. And I tell you what, it's a tale of two halves. And this podcast will be a tale of two halves because I'm going to talk about we're positively Arsenal. I'm going to talk about the positives.
Oh, yeah, there's loads of them.
I think there's some negatives that we need to talk about. And we definitely need to address the roller coaster we went on last night against Aston Villa at the Emirates. But first of all, welcome to Gunners Rest Podcast. We are on iTunes and Spotify. Give us a 5-star review if possible. And we're on Patreon. Link below. Go through the web browser. The link is below. A little extra month and you get about 4 extra episodes a week. Ooh. I mean, we did a review of whatever game was at the weekend, Brighton / preview to Villa. Today is the review of Villa, plus we'll kind of be talking about the Premier League generally and what our thoughts are, and as it's the end of year, what we thought of our 2025. And then at the end of this week, guys, in the start of the new year, 2nd of January, you'll be getting a preview to Bournemouth away.
Whoa.
And then at the end of the weekend, you begin a review, and then you get the preview of the next one, and you get it's constant audio every single day almost. So please check out our Patreon. Now that's out of the way.
Yeah. There
is so much to unpack, and I feel like we're going to have to do this in a certain way so we're not all over the place.
Yeah.
So, first bit of information, we've got to start with the coverage of the day. Yeah. Because over on the preview, I kind of mentioned the last couple of weeks, we're playing a lot of teams that deserve a little bit of a hiding from us. No more than Villa under Emery, especially 11-game winning streak. We've heard this before. We've done it before with this manager. We then tailed off and went from 3rd in the league to 5th in the league by losing the last 6 games and losing Europa Cup finals. So Villa, you got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
All of that mixed in with what happened 3-4 weeks ago when we went to Villa Park, conceded that late goal. And from that game, we came on this podcast, a lot of Arsenal fans did, and said we need to win the next 6 games in a row, not draw, win all 6 games to get ourselves back on track. We had to.
Ideally, yeah.
We are 5 of 6 in now with 5 wins, just as a reminder. But the negative, evil energy that we went into this game with was stemming from that loss a couple of weeks ago and obviously Unai Emery. First bit of news we've got to cover is our friend James. Yeah. James McNicholas, gunnerblog, took pelters on Twitter yesterday because he released the information about 5 hours before kickoff that Declan Rice has a knee issue and he will not be playing. Not only was that a dagger to us fans to stress us out even more in a game that was stressing us out already. Yeah. But with that news came that Calafiori and Timber weren't going to make the squad. I think Hand of Arsenal had kind of mentioned, and Hand of Arsenal being someone clearly at high end.
Someone knows something.
Someone who knows something. He had mentioned that Havertz was going to be back in the squad.
Yep.
He was right. He mentioned that Timber was actually going to be fine. He was right. But Calafiori and Rice did, in fact, miss the game. But we got to break down this gunnerblog thing.
Yeah.
Because it was people like, this guy says he's an Arsenal fan and he's ruining the Arsenal, making it easier for Villa, all this kind of stuff. Similar to what he said online, I'm just going to say this. And I understand the premise and it's a bit annoying. He works for the Athletic.
Yeah.
He gets given information. He has to release information about the Premier League.
That's his job, yeah.
That's his job. He wants Arsenal to do well.
Yeah.
Because that's his team.
Yeah.
But he also has to report on stuff around the league.
Yeah.
Very much my thought is, if he found out, I can imagine Villa already knew.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because if he can find out,
yeah,
I'm sure Villa have people working on that kind of stuff and keeping an eye on stuff. They would have found out.
Yeah, Arsenal aren't just passing that to the Athletic to put out as news.
I don't think there's... I think we're giving too much credit to football when we think that a team having 5 hours to prepare for a different person is going to affect the match that intently.
Yeah, it shouldn't do.
It's not like, going into an NFL game, you've trained for 7 days and then the quarterback gets pulled. I know that Rice is that important to us, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think they changed one thing when they found that news out.
No, I think their reaction would have been more like...
It would have been like, we have a better chance.
Yeah, lovely. Rice isn't playing. That's helpful. And I think it did show a little bit in the first half, which we'll get to in a minute. But I don't think that was tactical. I think that was just we had to shift gears a little bit and lose the engine of the car, basically. Yeah. And then they exploited it.
Yeah, and I think it was worse a feeling just for us as fans knowing we had 5 hours now to wait for that team news.
Yeah.
And I think for Villa, it would just been like a boost. Like if I wasn't, same way that when Cash and Kamara got booked against Chelsea, I went, ooh, that's helpful.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
They would have done that. They would go, oh, we got no Rice. That's definitely going to help us.
Yeah.
But the problem with our depth is it's very good.
It's good depth,
And dare I say, I actually think there's no one that's more irreplaceable than Declan Rice.
No, it literally is the engine of the car.
Yeah, like, we can go deeper into this, but, if Ray is missing and Kepa has to play that game, I don't panic.
Yeah, because
I know. By the way, I know that David Raya kept us in the Brighton game. He made an unreal save we'll talk about later on. But the drop down to Kepa for a game, I wouldn't be stressed.
Also, positionally, I think we don't really allow our goalkeeper to be that vulnerable at all.
No.
Like we didn't in the whole 90 minutes last night.
Yeah, we'll talk about XG and even across the field, like Timber to Ben White, Calafiori to Lewis Skelly, even the two centre backs, you would say yes, but we've dealt with them missing most of the season. So
we've had weird pairings, we've had new players, we've had young players. They've all been fine.
We've become more confident of Calafiori, Hikapié, Mosquera filling in those areas. Timber even.
Yeah.
Zubimendi for Norgard. We've proven in the last couple of weeks that we think we trust Norgard.
Yeah.
I don't want, again, all of these, I wouldn't want them out for the season.
No.
I'm just saying, missing one game. Is there anyone that would stress me out? Saka, we missed early in the season. We had Madueke. We're fine. On the left, Trossard, Martinelli, Eze, Odegaard for Eze, Zubimendi for Norgard, Gyokeres for Havertz or Jesus or something. Anywhere across that field, I can go, I'm fine for a game to miss that player.
Everyone's replaceable, yeah.
But Declan Rice, there's no one that can do what he does.
I don't think there's anyone in the
He's
world.
He's one of one. Yeah, I do think he is. I think his attacking threat, his defensive ability, his engine, his speed, his defensive awareness, his offensive awareness. He's crashing the box late now.
Yeah, all of it.
It's so good.
He's complete.
I don't think anyone can replace it. And I mean, his nearest replacement, and we saw it last night, was Moreno. And I mean, that guy's running in treacle.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is so more offensive than Declan Rice.
Yeah.
But has none of the qualities of Declan Rice defensively.
Oh god, no! I mean, I love Moreno.
Yeah.
I'm a big Moreno guy, but he's definitely not. I mean, growing up, I loved Bentner, and I say growing up, it was my 20s. I loved Bentner, but I knew he wasn't Henry. Like you kind of have to be realistic with these things.
Yeah, and I like Moreno, and I think Moreno is like, I don't know if people are going to hate this comparison, but Fabian Ruiz at PSG. He's not a guaranteed starter, but he's in and around that team a lot.
Yeah, he does do stuff.
Couldn't tell you where he plays exact. Yeah. You're not going to play him over Vitinha.
No.
You know what I mean? You're not going to play him over players like that.
Yeah.
But you're quite happy at 80 minutes when he comes on. You go, yeah, we'll shut up shop here.
Yeah.
That's what I think Moreno is.
Yeah.
And again, it's not about in January or in summer we need to go replace someone and go, we need a Declan Rice replacement. They don't exist.
It's not a thing.
He's one of one. It's like saying back in the day we need to replace Emery. You can't replace Emery.
No.
Bukayo Saka, I don't think you can replace him over a year, but over a game, Madueke will do that job perfectly.
He'll do fine, yeah.
He's not going to do it as well as Saka. Saka's elite.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But Declan Rice in that position is hard. So going into it, I must admit, I felt more nervous with that because we're getting so close to a fully fit squad. So to a point where when Emery was there last night but wasn't in the squad.
It does feel like every time, though, these players start appearing on our bench again, someone else goes down.
You know that Jake Gyllenhaal gif where he kisses his fingers and he waves and he disappears in that smoky door or whatever?
Yeah.
People do that. They're like, this is any time a player comes back from injury, this is another Arsenal player and he just disappears.
But I think you made a good point about this last night, though, where you feel like it might be a little bit, not tactical, but
I think some of them are, like the Rice one, I don't quote me on this. I think he'll be available for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I think it's similar to what we just did with Timber at Brighton, and I think a lot of people, your reaction would be, we're not going to pull Rice out of this Villa game if he's not 100%, because this is too big a game. You know, he had to play, and I agree. Like in that sense, that it's like, if it isn't that bad a deal, surely they would have just played him because it's too big a game against Villa. That game was big last night.
Oh yeah.
But look, 3 days earlier, they pulled Timber for a precaution. Played 3 days later. Because of that, we didn't have one right back in the squad.
Yeah.
So they're not worried about pulling players that they think are precautionary now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we nearly fluffed the whole game the other day because we didn't have a right back. Rice had to play there. Got himself injured playing right back. So I don't think that there's much merit to the point of like, well, if he would have played if he was even fit enough. I don't think he would. I think if they feel the precaution, I think he will play against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So I think some of these injuries now, maybe between now and the end of the season, I think we're going to have even more injuries than we have had already.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to be more precaution based, like, niggle in the knee for Rice, but he plays 3 days later. Whereas before it was Rice has a knee injury. We don't see him again for 6 games.
Or if they have a niggle, they just have to play through.
Yeah, I think...
And then you lose them for the rest of the season.
We're going to stat pad our injuries, I think, now, because...
if we've got PTSD for these players, losing players, like we always joke that a player will walk off the field at a certain point in the game, not looking like anything's wrong, and we'll joke that we're not going to see them now till next season.
Yep.
And then it happens.
Well, there's a Declan Rice image from that Brighton game where he points at his knee and he's stretching it out, and he's saying this. He's like waving the medical apartment, like saying like my knee's bad. That was in the 63rd minute of the Brighton game. He didn't go off.
But I mean that's the opposite of the point I was going to make.
So he could have been saying like it hurts, but I can play, and then after the game he said it still hurts, and they've said, well, we'll just keep you off for 7 days.
I think that's more what it is, because I think if we've got PTSD about these players pulling up with something minor and then we don't see him again.
Yeah.
There's no way that Arteta doesn't have PTSD about this. So now he's got the personnel. He has the opportunity now to say, okay, you've got a niggle. You're on the...
Yeah, no matter how big the game is,
you're on
waiting.
the IR now.
Yeah.
Like, just for this week.
Yeah.
It's just a short-term IR.
I think so. And again, we got debunked a rumour there that Calafiori's was diarrhea. The reason why he missed in the warm-up, he got an uncomfortable injury, they said.
Oh.
And it was diarrhea, supposedly. And that's why he left...
Can't play with that.
No, and that's why he left the warm-up. But, I mean, I don't think diarrhea keeps you out 3 days later against Villa.
It could be food poisoning.
It could be. I mean...
Look, his nutrients back up, hasn't he? He's got to stay hydrated.
As of last night, as far as fitness goes, the only people missing last night were Mosquera, Calafiori, and Rice.
Yeah.
You'd think Rice might be back at the weekend. You think Calafiori might be back at the weekend.
Yeah.
There is a chance, a very slim chance, that as of Saturday, we might look around and go, we have one player not fit. And that's Mosquera going into the new year. And that is huge, because when you look at this time last year, when we went into the new...
Very quickly, though. Do we have any news on why Gabriel went off?
No, but he did all the post-matches. He did the 3 fingers in the pocket. He did all the stuff. I think they would have been pretty hidden away if...
Because he looked uncomfortable. He did that thing that I don't like Arsenal players doing, where they look uncomfortable and then go off.
The only thing I would say about that change is they already had Lewis Skelly ready, I mean, a minute prior. And if you remember 30 seconds before he went down, what did he do? He blocked a shot, did a huge celebration.
Yeah.
Then a corner came in, it went out, and then he sat down. Unless something happened on that, literally just on that corner, he was celebrating quite over the top.
Yeah, true.
And sometimes you can be kind of lured a certain direction by like metrics. 75 minutes he sat down.
Yeah.
Sometimes when things happen at exact minutes like that, Lewis Skelly's been warming up for a minute in his strip. You go, 75 minutes he's just sat down to slow the game down after Villa just had a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels a bit tactical. Same with Timber. I think their plan was that you're going to play that many minutes, you're going to play that many minutes.
Yeah.
The only problem I'd say is the conversation he was having seemed more in depth than... If he was going to sit down, I think the guy runs on and he talks to him and goes, you're good? Yeah, cool. All right, yeah, we're going to bring him off. Instead, he was talking to him a lot, and then it felt like Gabriel kept... And it looked like the coach kept going, does it feel like the same as before? And that's what I didn't like.
Which is never good words.
No, and... He then walked around the field. And again, he walked around that exact field up the other end for Brazil.
Yeah.
Kind of like grimacing. But the only thing is he didn't go talk to Arteta.
No.
He didn't walk over to Arteta and have a conversation. He walked straight to the bench and sat down.
Yeah.
He didn't go get treatment.
Yeah.
Like he did at Brazil.
That's a good sign.
He didn't talk to Arteta. Yeah. In my opinion, because I thought it was interesting that he even started, because this is a guy who made the bench just 3 days earlier for the first time in 7-8 weeks. He played 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He then played 75. 75 minutes is a lot, having only played 10 minutes, having been out for 8 weeks.
Oh, he could have easily had a Cappy there and Skelly on the...
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, I think Rice being out, I think Rice was fit. I think he might have still.
Yeah.
But I think, there's a chance he won't play against Bournemouth. Because they could be really sneaky here with the Bournemouth game coming up, and they could have like Ezra in for Odegaard. They could have Ben White in for Timber. Calafiori in for Gabriel at the centre-back.
Yeah.
And almost like switch a couple of those guys.
Yeah.
Because that's what we got to get better at in 2026 is we don't use enough of the squad. Like, I know we're all kind of a bit worried about Ezra.
Yeah.
I mean, since that mistake against Villa that started all this,
Yeah.
he got hooked at half time. He played, some minutes in the Carabao Cup, but nothing in the Premier League yet. He's not played 1 minute in the Premier League in the next 4 games.
Not had a sniff.
Not had a sniff. Not even a second. Madueke's only had about 10 minutes. But apparently as well, after that game, Stevenberg went out onto the field after everyone was celebrating and was like stopping Madueke from going down the tunnel and like undressed him a little bit.
Oh, really?
On the field, about how soft he was kind of pressing and stuff, like quite visible like anger.
Yeah.
So when Madueke came on, I must admit, like you could tell he's almost like, now I'm on, I have to prove a point.
Yeah.
But there was a couple times he did little like flicks around the corner, went to Villa and then started counterattacks, and I thought that's why he can't trust him.
Yeah.
And that's a hard line. I mean, Arteta does drive a hard line.
Especially for those players who are kind of your wild card players as well, that you kind of need a bit more. Yeah,
it's like when you look at Trossard, Martinelli and Saka who have been there, done it with Arteta and been at Arsenal, and I mean, they're grizzled. Like, Saka's kicking people, stopping their attacks and stuff. He's not doing little flicks around the corner. He's keeping the ball, he's winning fouls, he's fouling people.
Even Martinelli, like...
Yeah, they're just grizzled. They know how to run.
Talk about wild card player. Like, he's a wild card player who's been taught.
Yeah, into being a grunt player.
Yeah.
Madueke's a bit of a loose cannon because apparently that was where it started. Was at Bruges, he scored 2 goals, didn't he?
Yeah.
But a lot of people saw that Arteta was losing his mind on the sideline at him because he was pressing really hard on one of the players and they were constantly just going beyond him and leaving, I think it was Timber or whoever was playing right back that night, exposed every time. And no matter that's Arteta sees it. He goes, yeah, you scored 2 good goals, brilliant. But you can't keep exposing your fullback.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of all of this. And I think that's why Madueke hadn't played much.
Yeah.
Was because he was not trusting him or punishing him. And I think it's the same with Ezra. I don't think you can fully trust him. The only thing I'd say is Ezra switched off because he was on left wing. He does not play left wing.
Any time he's played left wing, it's been disappointing.
Yeah. And
he needs to not play there.
He's not a left winger. He's a central midfielder. So for me, so going into the game, we lose Rice. The team news is Raya, it's Nkapi, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber. Feel quite happy with that defensive unit.
Yeah.
Then you've got Zubimendi, Moreno, Odegaard, who do not usually like this midfield.
No.
The Sociedad midfield. And then you've got Trossard, Gyokeres and Saka. And it's good to see him trusting Gyokeres. And again, there's even more conversation about Gyokeres after yesterday.
Yeah.
But proof positive that Arteta likes that guy.
Well, I think people are missing the point. I know he was brought in to be a talisman. Like, he was brought in to be a forward, a goal scorer. But
in the public eye, that's what they say.
Yeah. But in the actual realistic world of it, he's doing a very thankless job. But he's doing it still smiling. He's happy to be there. He's happy to do the grunt work up front. Yeah. Dragging players, pulling players away, creating space. He gets fouled more times than I've ever seen a player get fouled without getting a foul.
Yeah.
Like, he does all this stuff off the ball and sometimes on the ball, but it's not flashy stuff. He's not going to get loads of goals. I described it as like a tight end in NFL. He's a tight end. They're not the most...
Does a lot more blocking than he does a lot scoring.
Yeah, he's a tight end in football. Like, he may get you a goal here and there, but it's more about the stuff he's doing around the... And I think you said it, the shape of the team.
It changes when he goes off.
Yeah, like he's holding it all together from the top.
Yeah.
Even if he's not touching the ball.
Yeah, and it's the reason why Gabriel Jesus scores when he comes on. When
Zubimendi, the goal Zubimendi scored. You could see when you watched the replay, no one brought it up on the punditry, which is their job.
2 players got pulled out of the way.
I think it was 4. It was almost 4 in total. Yeah. He had 2 defenders ahead of him, 2 players following him out there, and that's what created the big gap down the middle for Zubimendi.
Yeah. It is, and again, there's this argument, isn't there? Like, I have this argument with Lewis. Obviously, he's on our West Ham shows, Elton Prince of WWE.
Right.
He has this argument of like, but you didn't buy a £60 million forward to block, you know. And like, no, I the thing is, I get the premise of that. And Jamie Carragher was saying last night, like he was like, he said Arsenal are better when Jesus or Havertz play in the team. Mm-hmm. There's no proof in that.
No.
Because guess what? Last year, what did we play? Havertz was up front from half the year, then Moreno.
Yeah.
Similar player.
Yeah.
We were not very good.
No.
We didn't play very well.
No.
You know, when Jesus was in the team 3 years ago, we were unbelievable for that period of time in which he was in. But it was a different team around him.
Yeah.
And also people were playing against us with no low blocks. We were running free because teams didn't respect us.
Yeah.
We're against teams now that every single game, people are looking to low block us.
Yeah.
They're looking to make it awkward. They're trying to stop things. when Jesus comes on, it's fun. He gets a lot of shots, things like that.
Flashy.
But if you watch the whole team, they naturally get deeper because even when you look at his goal, when they're running, there's 4 of them in a line.
Yeah.
They're all 5 yards running 5 yards away from their defenders.
Yeah.
Okay? Do you know where Gyokeres would have been? He would have been running with the centre forward. So what would have happened was Trossard would have knocked it across and all the players would have been deeper on Gyokeres. It would have given Saka or whoever was running in, Odegaard, whoever would have been in that position. Because when Jesus takes it, there's 2 more players waiting for it when he gets it.
Yeah.
He could go one more, and then we get a goal that way. He wouldn't have been there, Gyokeres.
No.
So people are saying, like, Gyokeres, Jesus comes on for a minute and gets a goal. It's like, yeah, because Gyokeres wouldn't have been there.
No.
He would have been doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Different player.
Whereas Jesus in that game, when you look at the goal that Villa scored, who's the one trying to tackle him going into the box? It's Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are we that deep?
Yeah.
We're 4-0 up.
Yeah.
The centre forward shouldn't be with Saliba trying to tackle the guy running in the box.
Yeah.
Because Gyokeres wouldn't have done that. And people say, yeah, Gyokeres wouldn't have done it. No, he wouldn't have. Do you know where he would have been? Between the 2 centre backs.
Yeah.
And therefore, their fullbacks wouldn't have been able to go forward. And if they did, they're leaving themselves exposed. Because guess what? When we get cleared, what's going to happen? It's going to hit Gyokeres.
Yeah.
And he's going to stand there. And he's either going to win a foul and end the game. Or Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, whoever was on at that point. Trossard, sorry.
Yeah.
They're going to be going, oh, here we go, let's get a 5th.
Yeah.
And Villa don't want that. But instead, Jesus is standing between the centre-backs.
Yeah.
So do you know what Villa do? I'll send all the centre-backs forward. We'll leave one back because there's no one up there.
They don't have to do anything. Yeah.
But that's what keeps happening in these games is...
Do you think Arteta's... Like, because we can see that the job Gyokeres does is way more similar to what Havertz does. And way more similar to what Moreno does.
Yeah, I just got my coffee all over me. It looked like I did that on purpose, didn't it?
Yeah. But the job Jesus does is very different. He's a different player. But I don't know if Arteta's saying to him when he goes on, you do you. Or is he saying, like, no, you carry on doing what Gyokeres was doing. Or is Jesus just, with experience and how he is just finding different gaps and creating... Or is it different game states because of the scoreline?
I think he's just such a different player. He's going to find those positions and you can't really get him to do what Gyokeres does because he won't.
Well, it's the equivalent of having, like, Brock Bowers playing as your tight end. And then you then want to play CD Lamb as your tight end.
Yeah.
Like, CD Lamb will probably find a touchdown very quickly.
Yeah.
But he's not blocking anything.
No.
Whereas Brock Bowers is on there blocking most of the time and may find a goal.
Yeah, it's so difficult because I think Jesus is such a talented player who's 27. He's, in that part of his career, 27, 28. I think he's no later than 28.
Jeez.
He's going to do what he does, and he does it well. If, for example, when he comes on sometimes, he falls into where Saka is, and Saka ends up going up front.
Yeah.
So he's almost pushing people away. He's like, no, because I know where the goals come from.
He disrupts it a little bit, yeah.
Which is great. But Gyokeres, do you know what he's not going to do? Go stand next to Saka and go, do you want to go middle? I'm going to try and get myself a goal.
Saka will look at him like, what are you doing, mate?
He stands on the last man and it pushes their whole team back.
Yeah.
And it allows all the midfielders to score goals.
Yeah.
Whereas when Jesus is in there, he drops into the midfield and goes, well, this is where the ball keeps dropping. But there's no one now pushing but he's still finding the goals.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But I just think as a team, we don't play as well because, like I said, once everyone drops... they can pull on.
Yeah.
Therefore, they have an extra man. You need someone who's going to hold it up. And not hold it up, because I think Jesus is actually better at holding the ball up than Gyokeres. Because early on in this game, we'll talk about the first half straight off the bat. It was very apparent that we were missing Rice, because I think they made one pass and it went straight for our midfield.
Yeah.
And they were 2-on-2.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I can't remember who picked it up. I don't think it was Roger. I think it was Onana. Picks the ball up and he just runs directly through the midfield. And watching Odegaard and Moreno almost like watch it happen. Pointing at their defenders like, you're going to have to do something here. And then just running. And the disappointing one for me was the Moreno one. And where he got bypassed and he kind of threw his arms up and stood there. And they were just running in on 2-on-2.
Yeah.
And I was like, chase him.
Yeah.
And eventually he does start chasing him. But it's so much later and he's got his head back. He's running in treacle. We win the ball back and then he's asking for it to feet.
Yeah.
And you're like... Yeah, and the problem I have is stuff like that annoys me.
Yeah.
Eze will give the ball away here and there because he tries some really big things. He turns off, lets a goal happen. Are you telling me if they score there, Moreno doesn't play for the next 6 games?
No, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
No.
That's what I don't like. And I'm sure there's reasons to it, like maybe 9 times out of 10 he does the right thing, all these kind of things.
I'm not saying I don't think it's the same. I'm just saying, as a joke,
it's not.
It's not the same
in
their eyes.
And that's what I mean. And that's what I'm trying to say is I saw enough from people like Moreno in that game that could have cost us games. big time.
Yeah.
And
well, he could have got sent off easily.
Should have been sent off, and that's what I'll add to that.
And he didn't get pulled very quickly for that either.
No, it was not quick enough because he was still going in. And I don't mind the player, obviously, but what I mean is it's just there's certain things that he does when he's in that midfield that are so detrimental sometimes that you think, why is he not being hooked and kept off for 5 games? Yeah. That's what I don't like. It seems like there's a level to the new players and a level to some of the other players.
Yeah.
Is it a Spanish thing? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's so clear. Like the Ezra one was clear.
Yeah.
He switched off. He knew it. He fell to his knees and grabbed his face like, I can't believe I've done that.
Yeah.
A non-natural left winger trying to cover in at left back.
Yeah.
On a cross. I could forgive that.
Yeah.
What I can't forgive is a central midfield player giving up on running back on a 2-on-2, 10 minutes into a title-deciding game.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the kind of thing you get hooked and go, all right, yeah, he's not playing again for a bit. That, in my opinion,
it's tough though because I mean he spends a lot of time with these guys, so I don't know if it
is he seeing more in training. Is there more things happening in the game that I'm not seeing? Like 9 times out of 10, Ezra is doing the wrong thing.
Yeah,
and 9 times out of 10, Rain's doing the right thing. But I'm remembering the one.
Yeah, and he could be picking up on personalities and stuff. Like he could be seeing, like he knows what Moreno's like as a person. Mm-hmm. He knows what he works for. He knows if Moreno makes a mistake, it's not in his personality to do that. Whereas let's say Ezra is not showing that level of work ethic or something day to day. As soon as Ezra makes a mistake, there's no excuse. He has to punish, like just to get it out of him.
Well, there is more to it, isn't there? Like you were talking about the Gyokeres thing. Like we know that Arteta likes this guy because Arteta is very clear when you can tell when he's not trusting someone.
Yeah,
he trusts this guy.
Yeah,
and when he comes off, do you know what happens when he comes off after scoring no goals? Arteta shakes his hand, taps him on the back, and he goes and sits down with the other players. Yeah. Do you know what happens when Madueke comes off? Albert Stuyvenberg goes and undresses him on the field.
Yeah.
So,
something about
people can be like, oh, Madueke, like a lot of pundits, I saw Jamie saying, like, Gyokeres is not very good. Madueke should be playing more. Ezra should be playing. Yeah, I get that. But they're seeing something where when Gyokeres comes off, everyone on the bench taps him and goes, thank you.
Yeah.
And the pundits go, he's awful. But Madueke, like, why is he not getting more minutes? But when he comes off, Stuyvenberg's pulling him to one side and going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So there is more to it. And but early on in that game, I just thought, oh, we're getting ran through here. Villa didn't create anything with it.
No.
But there was it was pretty much 2 counter-attacks they did that was so simple getting through our midfield. I think in the first half, we had the 2 Gyokeres headers with probably our best efforts.
Yeah.
I think Trossard had a near post one from outside the box. They got saved. And that was it. We went into the half, and I remember it was a really dull half. Like I remember I was WhatsApping around, and I was like, "That was a hard watch. Like I don't like that." And all the way through it, I was very audible.
Well, literally, as the half-time whistle when Dad was like, "I'm not enjoying this."
No, and I also just want to add 3 minutes added time.
Yeah.
That game, Opta had it down as 24 minutes. The ball was in play of 48.
Yeah.
That's exactly half.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was 3 minutes.
The amount of times the Villa players laid down, sat down.
Every foul. And again, people are going to listen to this. Probably most people are Arsenal fans, so it don't matter. But they'll go, oh, you're the king of the dark arts. We are to an extent, but I was like, we're not the kings of them.
No.
We just did it because everyone else was doing it. We don't do it from minute 5.
There's also.
Do you remember Tottenham when we beat them 4-1? Same result.
Yeah.
At the Emirates the other day.
Yeah.
What was happening after 1 minute? They were sitting down, adjusting their boots. Then the whole team went up, and the goalie took the free kicks from the halfway line.
Yeah.
And we're going, that took 3 minutes to get that all done.
There's also a difference between... Like, I feel like if a team starts doing the dark arts all through the first half, when no goals have been scored yet...
That's what I mean.
That feels like small team mentality. Mm-hmm. That feels like they've come there not to try and win... They're trying to just slow everything down and be awkward.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like we've done it, but we've not done it that early. Like we do it in the 70th minute when we're 1-0 up against Man City.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, you're going to try a couple of things.
Yeah.
What we're not doing is turning up at Villa Park and doing that. We weren't doing that at Villa Park. We were trying to win.
If we turned up and started doing what they do in the first half at Villa Park, I'd be livid.
And and that's the kind of underlying current here is, if you're a Villa fan, they're missing a couple of important players, but. They got to be thinking, well, we're in a title race. Why are we doing that? And again, they must have felt quite good. Like, I think at half time, most Villa fans have probably thought, we're the better team here.
Yeah.
Because they were running through the midfield. Well, they did it twice. They didn't really give away any major chances. A couple of nice headers from Gyokeres. A couple, really, by the way, really good movement from Gyokeres.
Yeah.
One really bad moment for Gyokeres in that first half is that hold up. Gabriel plays the ball into him at the halfway line.
Yeah.
He kind of hardly touches it. The guy wins it, and they're 2-on-2 again.
Yeah.
Really dangerous bit of play there. Not good enough, that. But it goes to half time. And, our general consensus, and I was saying in the first half was, what worries me is this is nearly full strength. Obviously, Rice is very important. But this is nearly full strength squad. And it doesn't feel right.
No.
It wasn't clicking. Couldn't see where the goal was coming from. There was no vibe. There was no energy to the team. I couldn't figure out where were the big personalities. It felt like I was like, I looked at the bench. Where are the big not big personalities there. And if they are, it's like Eze and Madueke, people that haven't played for 3 weeks because they've been put on the naughty step for a bit. And you're thinking
the tempo of the passes was way too slow. We were switching from side to side, and the amount of time it took them to get it to Saka from Trossard every time. They were just resetting, and it was the same again.
Yeah.
There was no speed or urgency to get it to the other side.
And that was the thing, is during the first half, I remember us kind of saying, where's the goal coming from? And I said, we haven't even had a corner. And that's disappointing because the way in which the game was being played, I feel like winning a corner could have been quite easy.
Yeah.
And with Gabriel back, I really did feel good because, like I was saying last night, I feel like the team's been playing set pieces since Gabriel went out.
Yeah.
Like Gabriel's still there.
Yeah.
They haven't replaced the player that actually attacks the ball.
Yeah, everyone's doing their job.
Yeah, they're all running, blocking, all running in the right orders, and then the ball comes into the perfect area to someone to header it in.
Yeah.
No one headers it. It goes loose, and then you're like, someone's supposed to still, someone that isn't Gabriel still got to attack it. But Gabriel, and then lo and behold, second half starts, 2 minutes in, corner, Gabriel goes up, wins it. A lot of people arguing that it was an elbow to the face or using the elbows to keep Martinez's hands down. He's jumping like any person would.
Yeah.
And Martinez knows full well he wasn't strong enough because he hardly complains when he lands because he realises, oh no.
He rolls on his side with his hands on his head basically.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm disappointed.
And Carragher said it afterwards. He said Gabriel sometimes he doesn't even have to do much. It's just people get nervous around him.
Presence.
They're so worried that he's going to do something. And all he did was just jump up on the spot. He didn't even run at anything. No. He just jumped on the spot. Martinez made a meal of it. It landed and hit him in the thigh and went in. And that's all you need to do sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what we needed. It's the reason why we got good at set pieces. In tight games or low blocks or games in which we're not at it, you can always rely on a set piece to break open the team.
Yeah.
Once that changed, look at the way the game went.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Shortly after that, we nearly scored 2 more corners.
Yeah.
Then something at half-time was changed because that midfield was getting ran through. And in the second half, Odegaard and Zubimendi completely bossed that game.
Yeah.
They were in full control of that game. Moreno, I don't know where he was, but those two particularly bossed it.
Yeah.
They were winning the ball high up. Yeah. Zubimendi was nearly... in that game, we had Zubimendi and Odegaard were level.
Yeah.
Just behind the forwards.
Yeah.
Which is mad. Hincapié was basically between Trossard and Gyokeres. Pretty much the whole half.
Yeah, he was.
So some really interesting tactical stuff. And a lot of it comes from similar to what we did under Emery, if you remember. We used to have the ball in our goal. The goalie would have the ball a lot, and it was Leno, and Czech, and they couldn't do it, and we kept going, please stop playing out from the back because we can't do it.
I remember that.
Villa have moments of this, where Martinez isn't great with the ball at his feet, and he's drawing us on. And when the second half, what happened was Zubimendi and Odegaard went, well, they're not very good at getting out, so why don't we just actually all go up?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, he had everyone up. They were playing it to their fullbacks and then just knocking it back to our midfield.
Yeah.
To our Moreno.
We were essentially giving them what they wanted, but they didn't have the ability
to get out
to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and again, we've seen a lot of teams do that to us when we had Emery. But whatever happened, they definitely figured out tactically something because Zubimendi and Odegaard winning ball, and then Odegaard wins that ball. Yeah. And then plays such a lovely pass through to Zubimendi, a lovely finish. But the pass is so good, the way he moves onto his left just to get it around Tielemans. Yeah. And Zubimendi almost stops his run for a second because he thinks, oh, I shouldn't probably carry on. Yeah. And then he goes, oh no, he's put me in. And then he pops it past him. Yeah. But if you watch that goal, that hole appears because 2 players follow Gyokeres into the left channel. Yeah. And Gyokeres isn't doing much. So people will be like, well, he's just bumbling into the box. But he's pulling away because he can see Zubimendi's down the middle. Yeah, well, because otherwise he would have gone down the middle.
Yeah, he's not just bumbling as well. If you watch his body movement, he's looking for a gap to have a through ball.
And here's the thing: is if he had gone into that gap instead of Zubimendi, do you know what we would have had? 2 players on him. We wouldn't have got a shot away. Yeah, it's the reason why we keep saying, like, in the first half, there's a really funny moment where he got the ball in the box. Yeah. It was like the first time he'd ever got the ball in the box since he's been at Arsenal. He was like, I'm getting a shot away. Yeah. And he was shifting it, and then he tried to shoot and it got blocked. Yeah. But it was almost like he was like, I can't believe I got the ball. Yeah. I've been given the ball. Yeah. And yeah, he makes that run. It opens up for Zubimendi. And again, if Zubimendi was where Gyokeres and Gyokeres was where he was, they would have just let Zubimendi go.
Yeah.
And Gyokeres would have 2 men on him. So it really is a thankless thing he's doing.
Yeah.
But we get the second. The third comes with Hincapié out wide. He knocks it in. Saka misheads it back. Timber knocks it.
Yeah.
Trossard, lovely finish.
Perfect.
Huge delay on VAR there.
Yeah.
And they were checking Saka. Then they were looking for something. They went back a few phases.
They were
tried
trying
that one.
to find something, weren't they?
And I said at the time, what's coming soon in this game is Jesus is coming on.
Yeah.
And we're going to sit and we're going to get deep like we did against Wolves, against Brighton, against Brentford. And we're going to ask for them to score a couple goals.
Yeah.
This is really important because it was such a long delay. I was like, I can see what's going to happen. It's a long delay, offside, bring Jesus on. We never have another attack again. And we saw in 90 minutes what happened after that. Villa could have scored 3.
Yeah. They
so
the most they did in the whole game. That's
how important that Trossard goal was, because we do get the goal. We get a second celebration. That's the benefit of VAR. Sometimes you get 2 times.
That's fun.
And it's 3-0. Jesus comes on and almost instantly... really lovely play at the back. Lewis Skelly and Hincapié. Hincapié knocks it over. I think it's Odegaard volleys out to Zubimendi. Zubimendi does this really kind of like wins the tackle. The guy kind of pulls out. I think it's Buendia maybe.
Yeah.
And he knocks it down the line. He just knocks it to Trossard. Lets Trossard do his job. Got 4 players in the line. He knocks it inside.
I thoroughly enjoyed the body language of that pass to Trossard as well. It was like he was cutting back in with the defender
to get away from the player. Yeah.
But Trossard was just coming tight to him on the inside. And then the pass, it was almost disguised because he wasn't even waiting for Trossard to get beyond the man.
And the defender would have to run through Zubimendi to get to it. So
it was really good play from Zubimendi to pull it in inward like that.
And then he gives it to Jesus, and Jesus does the rest. Like, lovely finish, kind of one touch out to his right, and then just bends it. Use the defender as the decoy.
We all belong to Jesus.
And I mean, that celebration is one of the better celebrations I've seen in a while. I mean, I belong to Jesus. I mean, Timber even at the end made sure we all knew.
He did, yeah. He let us.
We all belong.
He's making believers of all of us.
I mean, Reverend Timber is out there just changing lives, and but him smiling in like a trance was quite mad, really. But it's really lovely to see as well, because there's a nice energy to the idea that when Gyokeres comes off, he gives Jesus a big cuddle.
Yeah.
You know, and then I know people are saying he's doing the Ramsdale thing. Remember when Ray started making good saves and Ramsdale would clap him on the sideline?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, I don't think it is. I think Gyokeres gets what he's doing.
Yeah.
He wants to score.
Yeah.
He wants to score way more.
Yeah.
But he's going, I want to win league titles and Champions League. I couldn't care less if Jesus wants to score the winner in Champions League final and I play 80 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I'm more than happy to do that.
Yeah, I think the tight end analogy is spot on.
Yeah, I think he gets it, and I think he's like, in my head I was thinking, I want to compete with Haaland.
Yeah,
and he's got there and gone, yeah, that's not going to exist for me here.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my job and I'm going to enjoy it. And I think you can see Gyokeres is happy. He never gives off an energy that he's unhappy. And I mean, he plays a lot of minutes. He should be happy.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a forward, a lot of forwards do look livid when they haven't scored for a bit.
Yeah.
And he scored literally last weekend.
Yeah.
So it's not that he hasn't.
He's clearly not that kind of player.
No.
He's not a goal poacher. He's not in the sense of he's not able to score goals in a goal poaching position, but he's not got that mentality of like, I need to score goals.
Yeah, I'm in a funk.
He's like, I just need to do my job.
He just does his job.
And we all win.
He's not pretty, but he does a job, and he scares defenders enough that he allows other people room. And even after the game, there was a bit where it was Havertz in Gyokeres either side of Jesus cuddling him.
Yeah.
And walking around pointing at him. Yeah. And it's like, that's our striker crew there. Yeah. It's not a bad striker crew, is it?
Very good.
I mean, Germany, Brazil, and
Sweden
centre forwards. It's not a bad crew.
Yeah.
I mean, my word, all 3 of them could start for any team in the world potentially. But
oh god, if you told me a few years ago
that would be our striking
have
core.
Those 3 players in general,
that striking core is unreal. And Jesus, obviously, that letter that Anne Hathaway brought up, he very much said like, I don't want to move.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are saying in January we're going to probably move him back to Brazil.
Yeah.
He wants to get into the Brazil squad. I think Arteta said, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll play you.
Yeah, yeah.
Get your goals.
I'd much rather you stayed with us.
Get your minutes.
Yeah.
And you'll be fine. And he said on there, he was like, no, I came to Arsenal when Arteta joined because I wanted to win stuff with this club.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving until I win stuff with this club. And I like that because he's such a top player. We forget because of the injuries, but when he's at it, he is such a fun player to watch.
He's one of those... you forget when he's at Arsenal and he's kind of out of your mind a little bit. You forget what he is. But I remember when we signed him from Man City.
It's so much fun. It was like getting Emery again. That's what it felt like.
It was really like, we don't sign those players. That's not who we get usually.
And that first period we had with him was unbelievable. And he got the injury, didn't he, in that World Cup. And didn't come back. And then he was in and out of the team, got another injury. Then obviously at the start of 2025... he was in the best form of his life this time last year.
He's flying.
And then gets the ACL tear mid-Jan. and he's only back now. You just hope that, touch wood, that a player like that gets a break now, 3 or 4 years of just no major injuries.
That'd be good. I mean, he's younger than I keep thinking.
Yeah, he's so much younger than anyone realises. But he gets that goal, and naturally what happens after that is what I expected at 2-0 is we drop, because Jesus comes on, scores the goal, but it's almost seconds later, isn't it? Then we see that thing. He's now sat between the midfielders. Villa now push us back into our own box.
It was almost lucky he got that goal before we moved into that.
Because there's the chance for... Who is it that has the chance? Someone has a chance, and then McGinn obviously has the follow-up. I can't remember who it is. It hits the post.
Watkins.
Is it Watkins?
Yeah.
Watkins hits the post. It comes out. McGinn hits it. It's more of a bad miss than a great save.
Yeah.
But Reyes saves it and then claws it away.
Yeah.
And you think, oh my God, we're going to get a clean sheet here.
Yeah.
But then again, they get back in, and it's Jesus and Saliba following Marlon. And it's so unlucky because Marlon kind of tries to knock it back. It's not a great pass. It hits Saliba, hits back to Marlon. It knocks off of Marlon's foot, goes between Reyes' leg and arm, hits the post, and then comes perfectly out for Watkins. Like, the chance of that all happening is so unlikely. Like, if he gets the original pass off, it probably just gets cleared.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it doesn't hit him, it just goes out for a corner. There's so many things had to happen for that goal to happen. But either way, I must admit, I didn't feel nervous. It was 94 minutes when that went in.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but I did. There was a couple more times where I think Lewis Skelly, again, who's been out of the team a little bit, tried something a little bit too high, and it gave a huge area for them to run into again. And you can see Arteta just losing it. And it's the reason why I think as Madueke and Lewis Skelly this year, I've started to kind of lose a little faith with Arteta. I think they do things sometimes where they're expressing themselves. Like, they're great Wenger players.
Yeah.
But Arteta's got too much Allegri or like Mourinho in him that he's like, oh no, you just tried to ruin the game.
Well,
that's how he sees it.
I'm going to be honest though, with his track record, Arteta, of how he's done for us so far, I trust him in that thought process. If he thinks those players are going to make those mistakes, I want him to make that call. Because I saw a stat, like I said to you earlier, we're technically on points the most successful.
He's 28.
Club. That is mad. I keep thinking he's like near retirement.
31, yeah.
But I saw a stat that we are the most successful team in the Premier League in the last 4 seasons. With I think it's 208 points. We pipped City now officially last week.
Yeah.
That consistency is insane, and we
last 3 seasons combined standings.
Yeah.
We have 205 points, City with 202, Liverpool with 198, Villa with 173, which is quite impressive. But when you look at it, the champions of each year, City, Liverpool.
Yeah. And then us. Like second every time, I guess?
Yeah, all 3 seconds. But it's just funny that we got nothing to show for it. Similar to me in our NFL fantasy.
Yeah, but I mean...
Third, second, Joe, got nothing to show for it.
I tell you what, though, people have an issue with having something to show for it. I think there's something more impressive to be in amongst it, as in like second best, consistently, because only one team can win that.
Yeah, it's impressive.
No teams stay in amongst it like that. It's not a thing. And if he wants people to not make mistakes, for us to be this perfect, like we're trying to be.
Well, I think he's learned that you have to be this perfect.
Yeah, and he is, and he has been almost perfect. So when people make these mistakes and he wants to banish them for a bit, do it. I don't care. Like, do what you need to do, because so far you've given us almost a perfect team for 3 seasons, 4 seasons. Like, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's such a tough one. I think it's very impressive. I think, if anything, it's actually more impressive. But you have to have something to show for it. Like we talked about it with Rafa Benitez thing. Yeah. No one cares unless you show him the trophy. We've won under him. We've won 2 Community Shields and the FA Cup.
Yeah,
it's our 7th year.
Yeah,
we've been unbelievable for 3 of those years. A team like Arsenal, I mean, when Wenger went on that drought and we won the FA Cup.
Yeah,
that was a 10-year drought.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
People were really worried about Arsenal. It was like 9 years, I think it was officially.
Yeah.
We won that FA Cup.
Yeah.
And people were like, they're on such a drought. We're in a 7-year one at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean...
But under Wenger, I'm just saying, at 9 years, they were like, this is the worst drought in Arsenal history, basically. We're quietly in a 7-year drought. And again, I know there's Community Shields and there's second place finishes. But I mean, it doesn't count. Other than you need those 3 majors.
I think there's layers to a drought, though, because I think what Arsenal have been doing these last 3 seasons, no teams do what we're doing currently. I know we haven't won anything.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can name many other teams in world football.
I just want to say it's actually a 5-year drought. It's not actually. Yeah. I've made that sound way worse.
But
it was 2020 we won the FA Cup.
I don't reckon there's many teams in world football, though, that have consistently stayed almost perfect.
What, in world football?
Like, normally it's a drop-off.
Yeah, Munich every year first.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, City at first is another one. But I mean, the first, if you're getting freaky teams like that are winning it, that's different. But for a team to stay just underneath consistently, because the Wenger one, yeah, he
also dropped to 6th.
Well, he was put. His achievement in his mind was top 4.
Yeah.
We're staying top 2 consistently.
Yeah.
And nearly getting it every time.
But there's no real difference between 2nd and 4th. If you're not going to win the league.
Yeah, but I think in terms of momentum and how good the team actually is, I think there is. Yeah. I think if you can stay consistently 2nd, and like that chart you just looked at then, if you're the most successful team over 3 or 4 seasons, I know you may not have won it, but to stay up in amongst it like that, and we're above City and we didn't win the league, we're above Liverpool in that chart and we didn't win the league. That shows how good we are. We just haven't quite.
We're just not doing it at the right times. Like, the extra points are coming on a year in which, like, again, it could happen this year. Like, we're on course to get pretty much 50 goal difference and 90 points.
Yeah.
And again, we're exactly halfway. Guess what? We've played 6 of the hardest games away from home.
We've done them, yeah.
So there's a chance we could get more points.
I
don't think we will because, I mean, to get this far, how many games have we lost? 2?
Yeah.
Drawn 3?
Yeah. That's pretty good. I mean...
90 points will win you a league. Do you know what I mean?
Like you said, we did that in the first half of the season with the hardest games and also a minefield of injuries, which, touch wood, shouldn't happen again in the next half of the season. You can't... If that happens again, that's very unlucky. Like you said last night, most teams deal with, like, one major injury in a season that usually completely unsettles them. So if they lose one good player... Their whole season's kind of blown. We've dealt with multiples over one half of a season. It's still happening. We're literally still waiting for them to come back now after a half season. But we're still top of everything.
Yeah, dare I say, like, right now we're not necessarily waiting. Like, that's what's quite nice is, like, as we turn the year, it's something quite nice. Like, obviously, that game ends 4-1. Gabriel puts the 3 points in his pocket like Onana's been doing.
Yeah.
Because that guy just wants...
He loves it.
Yeah, competition. Emery doesn't shake Arteta's hand.
No.
He claims that he's not going to wait around all night.
He almost seemed unhinged in his post-match interview as well, a little bit.
You see Martinez trying to get down that tunnel.
Yeah. Everyone was unhinged.
They are, yeah, they're rattled. And the thing with Emery is, like, he said that, and it's obviously a lie, because when you watch it, Arteta turns around, high-fives his coaching staff and heads over there. Berta's the one who says, like, he's gone.
Yeah.
He didn't wait around at all. And what did Arteta do when they won a last... Do you know how much it hurt to lose at Villa Park this year?
That was painful.
And Arteta stood there and waited for him to high-five his coaching staff and shake his hand. That is just nonsense. Like, he waited... I've seen managers like Pep stand on that touchline just staring out for like a minute before a guy gets to him. And then he goes, oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Shakes his hand.
Well, yeah, because normally in that situation, it's an awkward situation to be in, isn't it, as a losing manager? To know what to do with yourself... Other than to just, if they're not there to shake your hand, you want to just get the hell out.
The losers should really go find him as well. Like, you should, even if he's still over there, head over there.
But a sensible one is to just stare out at your team until they come find you.
Wait. Because your players are going to be walking past you. You can at least tap them on the back and wait for Arteta.
Don't just walk off.
But walking off, it's just cowardly. It's nonsense, but it's funny. I'll give it that. And guess what, Villa fans? It might not happen, but, I mean, we've been exactly where you are, where you go, I don't really feel like we're good, but we're winning a lot.
Yeah.
And we went on a 24-game unbeaten run. We went on an 11-game winning streak. You're in a similar run.
Yeah.
At the end of that year, we were third, and what we had to do was win 1 game of 6. We lost all 6.
Yeah.
Then we lost the final in Baku, and then we sacked the manager. And that's the kind of fall-off that Unai Emery has in his history, and that is why these comparisons between him and Arteta are absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I know it feels good when Villa fans are watching Villa in this spell. Not like right now.
They should love it.
I know it feels good.
No one expected Villa to do this year.
It feels good, but I'm going to be honest, even watching from the outside, it gives me PTSD to watch you play.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Because I know what you're going through. I know that you're enjoying it currently, but watching the way you're doing it, I know that feeling all too well, and it makes me shiver.
The bad man is back.
Yeah.
We called him the bad man.
Yeah.
The bad man's there again. Yeah. But no, it was an interesting way. It was very much an Unai Emery performance that they gave. I mentioned it on the Patreon this week that kind of the only real game they've lost in the last 12, 13, or maybe 15 was Anfield. And they played exactly how they did against us. Very passive, didn't create much, and they gave away a couple goals to Liverpool. Liverpool aren't great. And that's why we doubled the amount of goals. And that game was a 3-0 Arsenal win on XG up till 90 minutes.
Wow.
Post 90 minutes, completely separate game.
Yeah.
It was 0-3 to Villa. The game overall, XG was 3-0. We won 4-1. And I talked about it on the Patreon, but it's been coming that way because Villa, XG-wise, have been way outperforming.
Yeah.
They've scored, I think it's 12 goals from the last 4 XG.
Yeah.
Nearly treble the XG they've scored in goals.
Yeah.
Arsenal have scored 1 goal from their last 10 XG before that game. 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
At that rate, Villa, if 10 XG, would have scored 30 goals. We scored 1. So, and again, under Emery with Arsenal, what were we doing? Always outperforming our XG until we didn't.
Yeah.
And then it went very wrong. Because if you got low XG, it means things are happening for you. Like Rodgers is putting in top bins for absolutely no reason from
Freaky
distance.
Stuff, yeah.
The ball squirming through from Marlon in between the goalie's legs and then comes out to Watkins.
If you're not earning the XG on the field, then it's a worry.
Yeah, XG catches up with all of us. And it's a silly stat to an extent, but you can see it because one day that XG, you won't outperform that XG.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened? What happened at the start of the season? You won't score in 6.
Yeah.
And that is, nothing's changed in the way they've played from the first 6 to now.
Yeah.
But they've just happened to be outperforming their XG.
You have to regularly create chances enough.
Yeah. There's no teams ever won the league or done really well or something like that where they've massively overperformed their XG.
No.
Usually it gets found out at some point. And, Villa are the type of team that now after that could, steady the ship, whatever they might. Or they could also go on a 5-game losing streak and not score.
Yeah.
It's very hit or miss with them. So either way, very happy with the result. We're going quite long on the Villa game because we've got an Arsenal Forever stream in a minute.
We do.
I've already pushed it back 40 minutes and we're 7 minutes away. So if you want to check us out on Whatnot, obviously you go underneath this video, you'll see it. You get £10 credit if you sign up with that, and you can buy cards, you can buy whatever you want on there. It's a live auction site, but we are Peppercorn Sports Cards there, as we are on YouTube, do daily rips, and on TikTok we're Gunners Are Us, and we do daily rips on there as well as Arsenal news. And here on the iTunes and Spotify, give us a 5-star review. We are Gunners Are Us, and then the Patreon link below. Use the web browser if you want to pay a little extra. Go to the Patreon and you'll get almost daily episodes of this, the content you want in your ear rolls, especially in the thick and the fast of the winter months, because there's football constantly. Champions League's about to come back, the Carabao Cup 2 legs about to come back, Premier League every other week, the FA Cup starting in 2 weeks, I believe.
Thinking ahead to this year, like 2026, we've still got so much football to get through. Not just the rest of this season and everything that holds. The World Cup.
Champions League, FA Cup.
All of that.
Carabao Cup.
World Cup, then next season.
Summer signings.
2026 is full of football.
Carabao Cup, Champions League.
We're not stopping.
There's a lot. We're not stopping. But we've pretty much only covered that. We hardly got to any other football. So what I might do on the Patreon is when I preview the Bournemouth away game at the end of this week, I might do a little roundup of the Premier League. Because that'll be easier as well once everyone's played tomorrow on New Year's Day. I can have more of an understanding of what's been going on. So check out our Patreon. There'll be kind of a roundup there and the preview to the Bournemouth podcast. But for now, we'll see you next week.
Heck yeah, have fun. Bye.
It feels like we ended that properly, but
yeah, very quick.
Came out of nowhere, but I just realised the time. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, do it.
Bye.
Bye.